What have you been up to with your journals? I'll show you what I've been doing. Not a lot on the Trish Burr journal, unfortunately. I have been away, as you know, visiting my aunt on Vancouver Island, and I didn't bring this project with me. But before I went away, I was able to do all of my thread kitting for the first 4 pages. So I have them here in my little Stitch and Sylvan box. Unfortunately, my little box is very full, and I have more threads here that I have not been able to put inside. So I'm going to transfer into a bigger thread case, which I think will be much better. Trish uses a lot of threads, a lot of colors, and I love it. They're such beautiful colors. It's going to be a great little journal. Hey, I have a page finished. This is one of the pages that is going to go in my Getting It Out of My System journal. I love that name. It is coined by Amina, and it describes exactly what I want this journal to be. There's lots of embroideries I'd like to do, lots of different styles, and this book is allowing me to do small snippets, fun things that I would never frame or have no real purpose for in my decor in my house, or my family wouldn't really care about it, but it's stuff that I've kind of liked. My first page is actually Harry Potter. It's from the Marauders map, and it was a free pattern that I downloaded off the internet. A lady had done it on her blog, and so I have tea stained my fabric. This is the ones that has, if you can see, there's like the words on there, and I tea stained it. And when I did, of course, I forgot that I'd used an overdyed thread. Oops. And so my footprints ran a little bit, but it actually, I think, lends to the design with the map. And so this one only took me about 3 days. Evenings I sat on our holiday, and I was able to stitch those. So this is my first page, and I'm quite proud of it. I love Harry Potter, and it makes me smile every time I look at it. And that's partly why I do this, is because embroidery makes me a happier, better person. And I hope it does the same thing for you too. It's, learning techniques and new styles of embroidery and technical work is great, but sometimes you just have to have some fun and do something that you really enjoy. So that's what this is. I also wanted to maybe possibly put a little bit of Calvin and Hobbes in. Maybe not, but I really like this little image. And this is a favorite of my son. He loves Calvin and Hobbes as well. So for him. And then I really like Lord of the Rings as well. And I've always kind of wanted to do a bit of a map embroidery project. So what I've done is I've taken an image of the Lonely Mountain, and I found this on the internet. It was a free image, and I have done my own rendering so that I can embroider this on a page. I might need to make it a tiny bit larger. I think this is a bit small, and then I'll eliminate maybe those mountains, and then I can make it a bit bigger on the page. But it'll only be 2 colors, black and red. And I think I have the colors here somewhere. I think my red's not quite right. I think I want more of a rusty red instead of a bright red. So I'll have to revisit the reds. But that's another project I'd like to do. And I've also been a big mandala fan. I've done one that I turned into a purse or into a bag. But I'd like to do another one using some of the chameleon threads that Jen carries. And I purchased Mary Corbett's book on mandalas many years ago, and I've never been able to utilize I've never done anything with it. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to get into stitching a mandala. This is one I picked. I'm not sure if I'll use this one or not, but we'll see. I have a choice of like 30 other ones, so no problem there. And the other thing I wanted to put in my little book is some black work. So this is Pond Life, and it's an Elizabeth Almond. It's actually a free pattern, and you can download it off of her website. And I was going to do this on my trip, but I forgot to pack some fabric to stitch it on, so I didn't actually get that one started. But that's one of the other things that I wanted to put in my little book. And there's lots of inspiration. I have all sorts of little books and things around the house. So I found in my stash this transfer pattern book by Stacy Bloomfield. Stacy's actually a quilter, and she has a line of quilting fabrics that I just love, and I've made quite a few quilts with them already. It's called Thicket is the line that I like. It's black and white, and it has these very cute basic little images. But I thought they would be fun to do in a book, and then maybe, or do a page or two and have a, maybe put a saying underneath. She has some actually that are already pre-built with sayings, you know, be yourself, grow where you're planted, very nice things like that. So these ones I thought would lend themselves very well to doing a page layout. And then I also have this lovely little Zaka embroidery book by Yumiko Higuchi. And again, very beautiful little designs. She uses a lot of chain stitch and French knots, but she's got some really cute little ideas in here. And you could probably make a pretty fun little page layout with this book. She has all of her stitches, and at the very back, she has all of the patterns that you can choose from. So I thought that would be kind of nice to pick something out of here as well. The question on this, the hard part on this is going to be which pattern should I pick? So I have this book as well. And then I have another one here by Mary Corbett. It's needle and thread. It's called Lavender, Honey, and Other Little Things. And I've had this book for a very, very long time. Mary Corbett has some really nice ebooks that you can download. They're digital. They're not that expensive. They're under $10, I believe, each. And they're very well written, and they have great descriptions how to do each little project. So this is cute. You know, there's a little bit of weaving in here on the beehive. And I think it's supposed to be a little needle book in the end. But very cute things that she does here. And the instructions are excellent on finishing and making all these cute little embellishments on the pages in the books and stuff. So I thought that would be nice to try. There's a picture of the finished needle book, which is just absolutely adorable. And I would love to put something like that in my book. And I've never really done any of the weaving like that, so that would be kind of fun to do. Now, my Goldberg book has had the most amount of progress. It's been quite good because I've been taking the class with Natalie Dupuis on couching, and I think the course ends mid-November, so I still have a few weeks left. So there's more projects that are going to be going into it, but I have actually finished some pages. So I have 3 pages that I've done. These are all just the samples. There's basic couching, underside couching, more underside couching, and then some pattern darning here. And I finished my Ornaway piece while we were away. So this piece here took me a very, very long time. Ornaway is very time-consuming stitching because all of this is stitched over with one thread. And this piece here is about 2.5 inches by about 2 3/4 inches. And had I been a little bit smarter, I should have done it probably about 1/3 smaller than this. It probably would have taken me a lot less time. Regardless, I'm quite happy with it. It's a lovely piece, and I used a piece of my the sugar sacks as the backing for it. But I really quite like it a lot. So I have these 3 pages. They're pretty much done. The only thing I really need to finish up is I need to remove all of the basting here, and I need to just transcribe some labels on here about what the stitches are and that kind of thing. So I did quite a bit of detail on this one, for instance, and I'd like to put some of that right on the page. And I'm working on another Italian shading piece right now, which is going to go into my book. It's one of the lessons from my class, and I'm also got an independent piece for this class that I have to do as well. So that will probably also go in to my journal. Also, I got another Ornaway piece I'd like to do, which is this cute little mushroom, and I just love the mushroom. So I'm thinking I would very much like to have that in my journal. It's adorable, and then a little bit smaller, and I can do a bit more practice with my shading in Ornaway. And then I also have the snail, the stump work or steampunk snail. which is also by Natalie. She's a very talented designer and I really, really like her things. And so this one here I'm going to do as I'm on a gold work thing right now, so playing with lots of metal threads and such. So I think I will do this with the intent of putting it in the book, but if it turns out really, really well, I may actually frame it. So if my independent piece turns out the way I'd like it to, and this turns out the way I'd like it to, I might frame them together. We'll see. But in the meantime, the plan for it is to go in my journal. The other piece that's going to go in my journal is my A is for Apple, that we're doing the correspondence course with EAC that Rachel's organizing. So that's going to be a lot of fun too. So that will probably be done within the next week or so. There's just a bit of work left there, and that will be going in my journal as well. So I'm thinking that journal, I can actually see an end of it. I'm not quite sure how many pages I'll have, but it's going to be a good process, I think, and it'll be a bit smaller than my getting it out of my system journal, which I think is going to be quite large, because there's a lot of things I need to get out of my system, I think. And as you could see, regarding all of the projects I have sort of planned for that, it's gonna be a little while. So that's fine though. I'm okay with that. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little video and it's inspired you to work on a page or pick a project or start working on Trish's journal, whichever you like. And happy stitching. And if you have any questions, please drop me a line. Have a great day, everyone.